Hi, good day. I am Junidin Pasente and I am your teacher for today. Today's lesson is all about problem solving sets using Venn diagram. Our objectives for today are at the end of the lesson, the students in the class will be able to solve word problems involving sets with the use of Venn diagram and apply set operations to solve a variety of word problems. But before that, let's have our review first. Recall that a set is a well-defined collection of distinct objects considered as an object in its own right. Sets and subsets may be represented using Venn diagrams. So, what is Venn diagram? Venn diagram is an illustration that uses circles to show the relationships among things or finite group of things. Venn diagram helps to visually represent the similarities and differences between two concepts. Venn diagram will help you understand the concept between two or more relationship presented of being asked. Just take a look at this example. This is an example of a set and subsets being presented in a Venn diagram. Venn diagram with complements, unions, and intersections are when the region outside the circle represents the complement of the set. When one set is a subset of another, we can draw its circle inside the circle of the other set. And the overlapping region of two circles represents the intersection of the two sets. And sets are represented in a Venn diagram by circles drawn inside the rectangle representing the universal set. And lastly, two circle sets are disjoint. We can draw the two circles without any overlap. So, in solving problems using Venn diagram, we should consider the following steps. Step 1. Determine what is given and what are being asked. Step 2. Illustrate using the Venn diagram. Step 3. Determine what operations to be used. Step 4. Use the operations. And step 5. Answer the questions being asked. It is easy to understand and remember, right? Now, let's have some example. In a junior high school, 200 students were randomly selected. 140 liked tea, 120 liked coffee, and 80 liked both tea and coffee. So we are asked to solve or to look for the answers of the following questions. A. How many students like only tea? B. How many students like only coffee? And C. How many students like neither tea nor coffee? So to solve that, we will show the steps and its solution. So in step 1, determine what is given and what are being asked. So our given here is 200 high school students who were randomly selected. 140 students who like tea, 120 students who like coffee, and 80 students who like both tea and coffee. And what are being asked? A. How many students like only tea? B. How many students like only coffee? And C. How many students like neither tea nor coffee? So, step 2. Illustrate using the Venn diagram. In here, we let the following as a representation to solve the problem. We let T be the set of students who like only tea. We let C be the set of students who like only coffee. And we let X be the set of students who like neither tea nor coffee. The Venn diagram is shown below. So, as we can see in our Venn diagram, we have put out the representation and its equivalence. So let's proceed. Step 3. Determine what operations to be used. So, to obtain the t, we have t is equals to 140 minus 80. These are the students who like tea only minus students who like both tea and coffee. So, t now is equals to 60 since 140 minus 80 is equals to 60. So 60 here are the set of students who like only tea. To obtain C, C is equals 120 minus 80. These are the students who like coffee minus the students who like both tea and coffee. So, to have C, we subtract 120 to 80 and we got the answer of 40. 40 is a set of students who like coffee only. To obtain X, we have X is equals to 200 minus T plus C plus 80. We use parentheses here to emphasize what 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 to solve. So these are the total of number of students who were randomly selected minus the sum of T, C, and 80. So X now is 200 minus 60 plus 40 plus 80 by substitution. X is equals to 200 minus the sum of the T, C, and 80 that equivalent to 180 by simplifying. We have now our X is equals to 20. 20 here are the set of students who like neither tea nor coffee. So, step 4. After using the set use of operation, the number of elements in each region is shown below. So, based on our first illustration, we have there T, 80, and C and the X. Now we substitute them by the values that we have from answering the following questions. So we have here 60, 80, and 40, and 20. So step 5. Answer the questions being asked. So letter A, we have the question, how many students like only tea? And we got the answer of 60 students. Letter B, how many students like only coffee? We have here 40 students. And how many students like neither tea nor coffee? So we have 20 students. So another example. A group of 25 high school students were asked whether they used either Facebook or Twitter or both. 15 of these students used Facebook and 12 used Twitter. The questions are, how many students use Facebook only? Letter B, how many students use Twitter only? And letter C, how many students use both social networking sites? So, we will use again the steps to solve the questions. Step 1. Determine what is given and what are being asked. So the given here are 25 students, 25 high school students who were asked whether they use either Facebook or Twitter or both. 15 students who used Facebook and 12 students who used Twitter. And what are being asked? A. How many use Facebook only? B. How many use Twitter only? And C. How many use both social networking sites? So step 2. Illustrate using the Venn diagram. Let the following be our representation. So we let F be the set of students who use Facebook only. we let T be the set of students who use Twitter only, and we let B be the set of students who use both social networking sites. The Venn diagram is shown below. So, based on our illustration, we have the universal set, the representation of Facebook, Twitter, and both social networking sites. So, step 3, determine what operations to be used. So, to obtain B, we have B is equals to the sum of F plus T minus 25. Now, these are the sum of F plus T minus 25. 25 here is a total number of high school students. So we have now B is equals to 15 plus 12 minus 25 by substitution. B now is equals to 27 rather, minus 25 by simplifying. So we have now B is equals to 2. These are the set of students who use both social networking sites. Next is to obtain F, or the use of Facebook. F now is equals to 15 minus B. These are the students who use Facebook minus B. F now is equals to 15 minus 2 by substitution. And F is equals to 13. 13 now is a set of students who use Facebook only. And last, to obtain T, or the use of Twitter, we have T is equals to 12 minus B. These are the set of students who use Twitter only minus B. T is equals to 12 minus 2 by substitution. And T now is equals to 10. 10 now is a set of students who use Twitter only. So, step 4, use the operations. The number of elements in each region is shown below. And again, after answering and identifying what operations to be used, we have now our illustration. And the answers are written there. So we have Facebook, 13 for Facebook, 10 for Twitter, and 2 for both social networking sites. And step 5, answer the questions being asked. Letter A, how many use Facebook only? We come up to the answer of 13 students. Letter B, how many use Twitter only? We have 10 students. And last, how many use both social networking sites? We have 2 students. So that's it for today, class. I hope you have understand our lesson. For more questions and clarifications, message me or post your question on our Google Classroom. Your activity for this topic is posted on our Google Classroom. Feel free to message me at jtpasyente@gmail.com for more clarifications about our activity. Thank you for listening. See you next time. God bless and goodbye.